Hey, horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's time to do another movie review. This time we're going to review the movie from Rob Zombie's brother. His name is Spider One, and it's called Allegory. Yes. Now, Allegory is a 2022 American horror anthology film that was written and directed by Spider One. The film stars Chrissy Fox, Bryce Johnson, Scott Taylor Compton, and John Ennis. Now, in this film, a group of artists' lives become unwillingly entangled as their obsession and insecurities manifest monsters, demons, and death. Ooh. When looking at the career of Michael David Cummings, better known as Spider One, he is known more for his music than his films. When looking at his filmography at IMDb, he has written and or directed a series of short films, and then he also produced and created a horror comedy mockumentary series called Death Valley for MTV back in 2011. And now Shudder is airing his latest entry, his latest feature, a horror anthology film called Allegoria. Now, this film really doesn't have a story or even a basic plot, but it does have at least five stories showing artists involved in some wild and crazy moments. I mean, yeah, its film is kind of out there. Whether it's the struggling actress attending a acting class with a very loud and tough acting coach. I mean, this guy, he just literally screams at the people that he's in there. It's a very small group, but he just literally screams at them. A torture painter and what he's using as his muse, a screenwriter trying to create the next big slasher film and what he's using for his motivation. That's that's unusual. A sculptor who has an unusual and disturbing way of finding her subjects, and a rock and roll band where one member believes that when playing the right chords or piano chords you can summon evil spirits. Yeah, some of these stories are pretty out there. When looking at this film, it's obvious that Spider loves very loud, deafening, and very creepy, hard music. I mean, there are very loud piano chords, giving the scene a very dark and dreary feeling. I mean, they're very hard and rough and edgy, and it kind of fits the scene of the film and what's happening here, and it kind of fits that mood. And I think that's one of the good thing he does is whatever music he uses, it kind of fits the scene and the tone of the story that he's telling. He has a very unique visual style because most of the visuals that we see in this film, he's either using neon lights or some very creepy imagery in the film. So I guess that's one of the great good things that he does. I haven't seen any of his other films, nor have I seen that mockumentary film Death Valley, but whatever type of imaging he does, obviously must be his signature because he does create some very dark and dreary and very not I wouldn't say frightening, but very creepy looking scenes. Now, unlike most horror anthologies, there's really no main wraparound story, but Spider does leave hints that connect some of the stories told here. Now, out of all the stories, the best one for me as a screenplay writer, where that has a nice sort of twist once the writer's motivation is revealed, and I do mean motivation. Now, as far as the acting is concerned, the actors do what they can with Spider scripts, but it's so out there. I don't think anyone can do anything with any of that. But I did enjoy Scott Taylor Compton's performance as Ivy, the sculptor. No, I get the feeling that most people, if they see this film, will be getting some trick or treat vibes based on how the stories interconnect, or even Dan Danzig's 2019 horror anthology film Veronica. I also get the feeling that some people try to compare Spider's work with RZ films, but they're totally different when it comes to tone and style. You really cannot compare the two. They are total opposites in how they do their films. Like I said before, I haven't seen any other Spider's work, but just basing on this film alone, his style is totally different than Zombies. Now, their music might be the same, but their style and their tones and how they write are totally different. Now, I will say this, Aspire is going to become a good filmmaker, and I don't know if this is something he wants to do or this is something he likes to do in his spare time. I haven't read much of his background, but I do understand he does love horror films, but he'll need to make his scripts more better, that have more depth and less complicated, because some of these scenes, especially in the last act, are truly out there, and it really didn't make any sense to me. So I'm going to give Allegory 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Just giving it only 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. It's visually stunning, very creepy imagery, that loud, hard music, and most of the stories they're okay. I just don't know what he was trying to do here, other than just play some blast some crazy loud music, tell some off the wall stories with some crazy imagery, loud music. And like I did say, only one good story in here. There's, like I said before, that screenwriters was the only good story I saw here. And I don't know if this is going to be for everybody right here, but if you like visually looking great stuff and some very loud music, then I believe you will love this movie. So there you have it. That is my review today. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you do, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share, because it really does help out with the YouTube algorithm here. And if you have seen Allegory, what you thought about it, leave your comments in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as a Horror Miser G, and always remember that horror rules. And I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.